Hi guys, my name is Boaz. I'm the CEO of the Disneyland Media Internationals. So we basically do a lot of mentorship of the students, basically how they study. We also consider this online platform because the generation we deal with, we call it Generation Z, and we realize there's a lot of challenges. And that's why our platform and our program of this talk show is to include the parents and have quite a number of interviews with them and see how best we can help this generation in terms of their studying, how they do even their homework in class, and whatever they do right from home. So today I'm the host, and the speaker today is Ijoma. And when we hear Ijoma, you think of Nigeria. So today we are going to discuss quite a number of topics, and I would just ask Ijoma what is the role of a parent, because he's one of the parents in one of these most important, and he has a child, he has a student in one of these international schools. So as a parent also, he knows the challenges that they go through, and we would like to hear from her basically, how should a parent, what should be the role of a parent in the current generation? Because in terms of the performance, the children are not doing very well. And if we do our research, we realize that the parents have been disengaged from what they're supposed to do in terms of the child learning. So Ijeoma, what do you think? What is your take on the role of a parent in a school setup?
Okay, thank you very much. Let me give you my full names. I know you like to call me Ijeoma, but my full names are Paulina Ifoma Otieno. Ifoma means beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and Ijeoma means safe journey.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for bringing me onto this platform today.
Yes.
My personal experience as a mother actually started 3-4 years ago. Yes, my son is 11, but then when he was younger, I could control him. I could give him time to eat, time to sleep, time to wash, time to watch TV, time to play. But when he turned 9, I saw that he started having a mind of his own. When you tell him to do some certain things, he would say no. But sometimes when you apply some harshness, he would do it. But now that he's 11, I had to look for better ways to engage him in dialogue. So now, we do dialogue.
Yes.
No more military rule anymore.
Yeah.
Now it's a democracy. You have to prove why you want him to do some certain things.
Yes.
And some days we have a good day, some days we have a very rough day. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that what I started him with, respect, he still does it.
Yes.
Because sometimes when he knows he's offended me, he will apologize.
Sure.
And when I've offended him, I will apologize.
Yes.
But one thing I've tried to make him know, and which I always tell other children anytime I have an opportunity, is they look at us as role models.
Yes.
But we're not role models. We're also somebody's child. In this world, we keep trying. It's trial and error. In those days, they would tell you you can't have access to the computer. But COVID changed it all. Even babies are now forced to be on the laptop. You see? And most of their studies are online. So now it's actually them learning from the world, no more from what we've said. So you see that we're no more the only teachers they have. Before, when we were growing up, it was the priest, the church, and your teachers and parents only. But now, whatever you've said, the internet cancels it out.
That's very true from what Ijoma just said.
Ifoma.
Ifoma just said. Now, the thing that I can learn from that perception is that, however, how much a parent tries to mentor their children and guide them in the right way they should operate things, right from school and in the house, it means there is a lot of influence from the internet, from the website, because just like she said it, that the children have access to the internet and the phones and a lot of interruption from the website, that sometimes it really needs the guidance of a parent to know what the children are really accessing. And from what she just said is that, yes, we were also children of somebody, and if we try to follow from the past generation related to what is experienced today, like he has talked about the son, at some age the child could be controlled, but it has reached a point where the democracy has to set in, that you have to agree with the child in order to know. Maybe an example of finishing the homework or doing what is expected at school, you have to follow through and make sure that it's a democracy where you agree. Now, what is your take in terms of the homework? How should a parent follow up in terms of the homework, whether it is done? And don't you think there's a way the parent of today should be in touch with the teacher at school to work as one? Because if a teacher works independently from the parent, it may not look to the child as a serious thing, but most of the children and the generation of today, if they realize that the parent works together with the teacher, they tend to see the seriousness in what is being done in school. Then point number 2, you just said that the children of today, not what you tell them, but they watch what is happening, then they practice. So what is your take on that?
Okay. In those days, you know why I keep referring to our own days, is that we used to be afraid of the teachers. But these days, the children are not afraid of the teacher. Even the teachers too now dialogue with them. Because during our own days, if you don't do your homework, you would either quickly fake to be ill and not go to school because you'll be chappered. But now, you don't do your homework, the teacher won't even scold you. The best they will do is time out. And time out does not even hurt the child. You see? Now, when it comes to homework, even sometimes you've done all the homework with the child, you've stayed with the child to do it. If the child does not submit the homework, you will not know.
They're very good. That's very true. Now, based on the homework that you just said, in the sense that many children today, they don't want to do even the school homework that has been given. And as a teacher, I also teach in international schools. And one of the things I've learned and noted across time is that the punishment of today cannot be compared from the previous.
No.
Because children used to get scared of being punished.
Yes.
But today, maybe you talk about the timeout, or a child is just told to stand up during the lesson. So it is not inflicting any pain to the child.
No.
So it does not help positively. And at the same time, there is no that corporal punishment that used to be there sometimes back. Now the question is, as a parent, what is the best age that you should start reprimanding, or you should start working with your child so closely, so as they grow up, they will not be in a position to start actually finding it so difficult for them to adopt what you want them to do?
Okay. Let me start from the syllabus. The syllabus have really changed. So we, the parents, are limited.
Yes.
When a child is in prep class till class 3 or 4,
Yeah.
we can try.
Yes.
But by the time they're getting to class 5, it's no more teacher teaching the child.
Yes.
Now they are being lectured as
Sure.
if they're in the university. They make them do researches.
Sure.
So 1 + 1 before used to be 2.
Yes.
But now they have to prove why it shouldn't be 2.
Yeah.
Which I really appreciate what is going on now.
Yes.
We're no more going through children who will just go to school, learn what we want them to learn,
Yes.
and they don't have a mind of their own.
Yes.
Now children in schools are now being taught in such a way that when they leave school,
Yes.
they can defend a project.
Yes.
Nobody is now forcing them to do things the way you want them to do it.
Exactly.
Now they're using the brain.
Yes.
We started using our own brains when we got into college. We're doing everything, living by the rules.
Yeah.
And that's why you see that the children look more intelligent. In fact, I see them as growing faster.
Yeah.
Then, there's another thing I've noticed in schools these days.
Yes.
They're grooming professionals.
Sure.
The system in Kenya is quite different from the system in Nigeria.
Sure.
Nigeria, we're taught technical studies. So from childhood, you know if you'll be an engineer, a doctor, a designer, an architect, like that.
Sure.
So they nurture your talent.
The career, yeah.
But what I've noticed here is they're nurturing them when it comes to sports.
Sure.
And even if you do not like a certain subject, they spur you on.
Yeah.
Because I've watched some games they play in my son's school.
Yeah.
And the child, while running, forgot he was even part of the race. And here the teachers are. And they're telling the child,
Yeah.
carry on, you can make it, you
Yeah.
can make it.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, it looked as if they were just joking around.
Sure.
But when I now sat down to look at it,
Yeah.
I now saw the joy in that child
Yes.
when the child got to the finished line.
Sure.
And it's an honest truth
Yeah.
with what's going on right now.
Yes.
When we're in school, those who were coming first didn't necessarily become the richest people on earth.
Sure.
Even those who were mediocres, those who were managing to pass
Yeah.
to the next class,
Yes.
have turned out being the billionaires.
That's very true. From what Ifoma just said, I can connect it to the idea that, you see, it's like we as the parents, the teachers, and whoever who is also have an encounter with these dear ones in school, there's a way we can connect their learning in school to real life. Like she has just said, in Nigeria, what they do, right from the younger, in the mid school, they train them in relation to what their career is. That's according to her experience. But I also think, based on that talk, that we need to start connecting what they learn in school. An example, maybe they were taught maths, measurements, using ruler and protractor. You can come in a house and maybe talk about what would you approximate the length of the table. Maybe in the kitchen, assume you are cooking in your kitchen and you have your child there, the measuring of the masses, the quantity of the salt. So you connect what you do in real life in connection to what they're doing. And what I also believe, the time you connect it, it makes the children now love what learning is than just taking the theoretical part of it in class. So I can learn from there. There's a connection between the theory they've learned in class being connected to the practical aspect of life. Like she talked about games and sports. So the children needs to be identified or being guided to identify their talents and their skills at a younger age. Just like what she said really resonates with what I also think. It doesn't really need, it's not only the academic part of it. Even the rich people in this world, they identified their skills, they identified their talents, and they were supported towards that. But you know, if you find a system supports more of the theory, because if you check the current curriculum in relation to what was done in the past, there is some little deviation. And you can clearly see hard work was promoted from time immemorial. Like our parents and our grandfathers and grandparents they were to do more work compared to today. Then you find the generation of today, most of them are lazy. They don't want to do the work. And they just think success is just, you come out of school, already you have a brand and you move forward. They don't know that it needs to take time. It needs to build on whatever that it takes. And we can also learn that the generation of today, they like complaining or pointing fingers. And I remember very well Mother Teresa of Calcutta once said that if you get into a dark room, do not complain, but get the candle and light and ask your neighbor to light the candle. So it's a matter of the young people today, come out and start working hard towards your success. Because if you do well in your science in school, you do well in your mathematics, it is what will build on your career to come. There is no way you will ignore the idea of hard work. I know some of the teens, if you listen to them, some of them think that success is so easy. Maybe they want to think just sit there and just relax, then you get it well. Even if your parents has worked hard. Now the question to Ifoma. What would you think the parents should really tell their children? Because some children always think, my mother had already worked hard. We have the big cars, we have the homes, we have all the money it takes. Not knowing that that money also needs the hard work. So what is the best way that of parenting today that should even make those people's parents have really worked hard so that they keep on the spirit of working hard? Yeah.
Okay. I'll still tell you my experience during the COVID time. Schools closed down.
Yeah.
So we, the parents, became the teachers.
Yes.
But there was something we observed. The children would sit through all the classes,
Yeah.
and yet the teachers, I call them lecturers because they only come in there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They'll just breeze in, ask one or two people questions, and they run out. And another one comes in, and another one comes in. So I became frustrated. I thought I was the only one who was frustrated. And I was carrying out my anger on my child, wanting him to get the grades, So I was happy when the whole parents all over the world revolted.
Sure.
So they reduced the number of subjects the children were doing.
Sure.
That was when I realized that a lot was, the school system now is putting so much responsibilities on the children.
Sure.
Now the children are too young for that class to start with.
Yeah.
Secondly, they're teaching them so much. And that's why you see that during our time, we didn't have suicide cases.
Sure.
Now they are now suicidal. Okay. What the system I did while I was teaching him, I just kept telling him, because since I know he likes sports,
Yeah.
so I was now using it to teach him.
Yes.
I would ask him that if 3 footballers were here, 2 were there, what would that be?
Yeah.
So it's like I brought it back home.
Yeah.
Then another one, I told him, if this team player is sluggish while you are ready to run, would you be the one running back and forth?
Sure.
You are the defender, you are the midfielder, you are the striker.
Yeah.
Would that not wear you out? He said he will wear me out.
Yeah.
Then he now started cooperating with me.
Sure.
But not without a fight though. When that was over, he said he needed his mother back.
Yeah.
I'll give you another instance. You see now, when they read ABC, is pukuk, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
We didn't read ABC like that. Our ABC was straight A, B, C, D, E, F, G to Z.
Yeah.
So most times, we the parents who are now trying to teach them, we're messing up what the teacher has taught them.
Yes.
So we end up being a bad teacher.
Yeah.
I'm an artist by profession.
Yeah.
When it came to fine arts, he was excelling.
Sure.
But then, other parents, some people are in different fields. So you see, we the parents couldn't take what we're very good at. We're now compelled to do all.
Yes.
So that's why what I did, I now engaged professionals to help him after school.
Yeah.
Even though it's 2 to 3 hours extra. But what I told the home tutors was that they shouldn't worry. We're not working towards him knowing everything today.
Yes.
We just want him to understand the technique.
The basics. Yeah.
Where did it come from? Where is it going?
Yes.
And then we now link the beginning and the end.